A permutation is an arrangement in a definite order of a number of objects taken some or all at a time. So if you have got n things and if you want to arrange those things, all the n things or a few of the n things, where the order of arrangement is important, meaning it is arranged in a definite order, then it is called as or defined as permutation. See, in simple terms I'll explain you. See, definition से इतना नहीं समझेगा. Suppose you got 10 things and you want to arrange those 10 things in a straight line, in a definite order. So you can arrange all the 10 things, or maybe you can arrange only 4 things. That means arrangement can be done for all the n things, or all the 10 things, or few of the n things, or few of the 10 things, meaning 10 में से you arrange only 4 things. So in all, permutation is nothing but selection of objects and arranging it wherein the order of arrangement is very important. Only when the order of arrangement is important, then only it will be classified as permutation. If you are just selecting and leaving it as it is, then it comes under the category of combination. But if you select and if you intend to arrange it, that is called as permutation. For example, suppose there are suppose there are 6 boys and 4 girls. Out of this, I want to arrange 2 boys and 2 girls. There are 6 boys and 4 girls, and I want to arrange 2 boys and 2 girls. So first what I will have to do is, from these 6 boys, I will have to pick up 2 boys. From these 4 girls, I will have to pick up 2 girls. Pick up means I have to select. After having selected, I have to arrange them. So my condition is boys will sit together, girls will sit together. That could be one thing. It could happen that one girl is sitting at this end, another girl is sitting at the other end, that is extreme ends, and the boys are sitting in the middle. So that is also arrangement. But if I just select the boys and select the girls, that means I am just doing combination. But after having selected them, if I am going to arrange them, sit in a specific order, boy, girl, or maybe a girl and a girl at the extreme ends, beach mein there could be 2 boys sitting, got it? Or maybe 2 boys sit next to them, 2 girls sit. So if I am talking about all this arrangement, then only it is defined as permutation. Understood? Now, the number of distinct permutation of r distinct objects chosen from a collection of n distinct objects is denoted by NPR. What is the meaning of this? If I am having 10 different type of things, 10 distinct means different, so they are not same, they are not alike. Permutation of r distinct objects, meaning if I am having n things and I want to arrange r things from those n things. So from 10 things I want to select and arrange 4 things, then it will be denoted as 10PR. So if I am having n things and if I intend to arrange r things, n distinct things and r distinct things. So suppose there are 10 things which are distinct, means I am having books on 10 different subjects. 10 different subjects, one on maths, one on accounts, one on OC, Eco, English, French, Sanskrit, Physics, Chemistry. That means I am having all different books, and from that I have to arrange some or all of the different books. Then the arrangement can be done in NPR ways. It is also denoted as PNR. Permutation when all objects are distinct, means all objects are different. A permutation of n objects, meaning you have been given n objects, taken r at a time. Taken r at a time means you want to arrange r things such that r is less than or equal to n. The meaning of r less than or equal to n is like, if you have got 10 books, you can arrange 1, you can arrange 2 books, you can arrange 3 books, 4 books, 5 books, 6 books, 7 books, 8 books, 9 books, 10 books, but you cannot arrange 11 books. So if you are having 5 things, you can arrange 1 thing, you can arrange 2 things, you can arrange 3 things, you can arrange 4 things, you can arrange all the 5 things, but you cannot arrange 6 things. That is what is the meaning of r is less than or equal to n, is an arrangement in a straight line. Why this straight line is there is because you can have permutations which are also on a circular trend. You can also have a circular arrangement. You can have an arrangement in a straight line. If you are doing the arrangement in a straight line, this is called as a linear arrangement of R objects taken out of N. Means from N things you are taking R things, and it is denoted by NPR or PNR. So either you can have a symbolic notation of NPR or you can have a symbolic notation of PNR. NPR equal to n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus r plus 1, and the formula is n factorial upon n minus r factorial. Understood? Now, permutation when repetition are allowed. Permutation when repetition are allowed means you can repeat the letters, you can repeat the numbers. I think in the previous exercises we did some where repetition is allowed and repetition is not allowed. So consider a problem of arranging n objects taken r at a time. Means you are having n objects and you have to arrange r objects. Therefore, the arrangement can be done in n into n into n into n into n r times. So if there are 5 objects and out of that you have to arrange 3 objects. You are having 5 objects, out of that you are having 3, you have to arrange 3 objects, and if there is a repetition allowed, the repetition can be done in 5 into 5 into 5, that is 5 raised to 3, that is 125 ways. I'll repeat again. See, if I am having 5 objects and I have to arrange 3 objects are to be arranged, and if repetition is allowed, then the arrangement can be done in 5 into 5 into 5 into 5. R जितना टाइम रहेगा उतना टाइम 5 लिखना पड़ेगा. So it will be 5 into 5 into 5, that is nothing but 5 raised to 3. So the arrangement can be done in 5 raised to 3 ways. So if you have got 5 objects and 3 objects are to be arranged such that repetition is allowed, so the arrangement can be done in 5 into 5 into 5, that is 5 cube 125 ways. Suppose you have got 15 objects and you have to arrange 13 objects. Let's take another example. You got 15 objects and you have to arrange 13 objects. Repetition is allowed. So it will be 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15. You have to write 13 times. So it is n into n into n into n, n r times. R times means how many objects has to be arranged? 13 objects. That means you will have to write 15 13 times. So ultimately the answer will be 15 to the power 13. Last example. You are having 6 objects and you have to arrange 2 objects and repetition is allowed. So without any implied condition, repetition is allowed means the arrangement can be done in 6 into 6, that is 6 square ways. So n will be 6, r will be 2, therefore the arrangement can be done in 6 to the power 2 ways. The number of arrangement of n distinct objects taken all at a time. Taken all at a time means you have got n things and you have to arrange all the n things. The number of arrangement of n distinct objects, n different objects taken all at a time means all the n things has to be arranged when 2 specific objects always come together, meaning you have got n things, usme se 2 things will always sit together or they will always be together, then the arrangement can be done in 2 into n minus 1 factorial ways. So it is like this. If there are 10 students, understand, if there are 10 students, okay, consisting of say boys is 8 and girls is 2. There are 10 students consisting of 8 boys and 2 girls. I want to arrange all the 10 students such that girls will always sit together, girls will always be together. So the arrangement can be done in 2 into n minus 1 factorial. How many students are there? 10 students. So n will be 10. The answer will be 2 into 10 minus 1 factorial. Wapas. Suppose there are n things, you have to arrange all the n things. Okay? You have to arrange all the n things and the n things are distinct, means they are different. That is 10 different students. 8 boys and 2 girls. So they are not similar. Now don't tell me twins, okay? Please exclude that. Okay? When 2 specific objects are always together. So I am having 10 students, 8 boys and 2 girls, and these 2 girls will always sit together. Therefore the arrangement can be done in 2 into n minus 1 factorial ways. Next is the number of permutation of n different things taken r at a time when a particular object is always included. So, suppose there are 10 students and I want to arrange 4 students, okay, and one student is always included. Then the arrangement can be done in 4, that is n, this is r. So r, which is 4, n minus 1 means 10 minus 1, r minus 1 means 4 minus 1. What is the meaning of this? See, if there are 10 students in a batch and I wish to take 4 students for a movie. There are 10 students in a batch and I wish to take 4 students for a movie. Concept clear? Out of that, say there is a student, say Mr. A. He is my favorite. So I say that A, you need to come for the movie. A should be there for the movie. So I am having 10 students. I wish to arrange or take 4 students, and out of that one student, that is A, is my favorite. I say A, you have to come for the movie. So the arrangement can be done in R, that is how many students I want to arrange? 4 students multiplied by n minus 1, meaning 10 minus 1 P R minus 1 is. This you have to remember because it is applicable while doing sums. The number of permutation of n different things taken R at a time when a particular object is never included. This is when a particular object is always included. This is when a particular object is never included. There are 10 students. One student is a nuisance value. I have to arrange 4 students. 10 students I have to arrange 4 students. One student is a nuisance value. I tell the student leave. तू निकल अभी इधर से अभी निकल जा. So मेरे पास 10 है, उसमें से एक तो चला गया. तो कितना स्टूडेंट बचा? 9. That is n minus 1. n स्टूडेंट्स था, एक चला गया तो I will be having n minus 1. बट मूवी के लिए तो मैं 4 ही जन को लेके जाएगा ना. मेरे पास 4 टिकट है. I wish to take 4 students for a movie. My objective is that x is a nuisance value, you should not come. So if I'm having n students and if one student I'm telling you just go home, so in the classroom can I say I will be having n minus 1 students or n minus 1 things. From that n minus 1 things I want to arrange 4 things, I want to arrange r things. Arrangement is not a problem. 4 आने में 4 को ये arrange करेगा. लेकिन वो जो nuisance value उसको मैं बोलता है कि you have to leave. So the arrangement can be done in n minus 1 pr. Okay. Then if r equal to n, then npr will be equal to npn. यानी कि if r equal to n, npr है तो r की जगह में n डाल दो, npn that is equal to n factorial. If r is 1, then npr will become np1. The value of np1 is n. If r equal to 0, npr will be np0 and np0 equal to 1. So you have to remember that npn equal to n factorial, np1 is n and np0 is 1. So you have to remember these formulas, then only you will be able to do the sums. Let's start. np6 is to np3 equal to 120 is to 1. So this we can write it as np6 upon np3 equal to 120 upon 1. See, the formula for npr is n factorial n minus r factorial. So np6 will be n factorial n minus 6 factorial, np3 will be n factorial n minus 3 factorial, which is 120 upon 1. So we have this as n factorial n minus 6 factorial. This n minus 3 factorial will go up upon n factorial, that is equal to 120 upon 1. Cut n factorial, you get n minus 3 factorial upon n minus 6 factorial equal to 120 upon 1 means 120. Now tell me whether n minus 3 is big or n minus 6 is big. N minus 3 is obviously big, so we can write this as n minus 3, n minus 4, n minus 5, stretch it till n minus 6 factorial, the whole upon n minus 6 factorial, that is equal to 120. N minus 6 factorial, n minus 6 factorial cut, n minus 3, n minus 4, n minus 5, these are consecutive numbers. How do you make out it as consecutive numbers? Assume any value for n, say 10. So this will become 7, this will become 6 and this will become 5. If you take n as say 100, so this will become 97, 96, 95. So on the left hand side you are having 3 consecutive numbers in the descending order. So 120 also you have to break it up as a product of 3 consecutive numbers in a descending order, which is nothing but 6 into 5 into 4. So if you do 6 into 5, I think you should get 30. 30 into 4 will give you 120. Now what you have to do is you have to compare both sides. If you compare both sides, you get n minus 3 equal to 6 or n minus 4 equal to 5 or n minus 5 equal to 4. So taking 3 to that side, you get 6 plus 3, that is 9, or taking 4 to that side, you get 4 plus 5, that is equal to 9, or taking 5 to that side, 4 plus 5 will give you 9. So you are getting 9, 9, 9, therefore n is equal to 9. Now if in case you write it as 4 into 5 into 6, your value of n will come different. If it comes different, that means you have made a mistake in writing it in the ascending order or the descending order. Generally the left hand side is 99% in the descending order. So obviously you have to break the right hand side also in the descending order of their magnitude. So 120 is 6 into 5 into 4. Then you compare both sides. First term equal to first term, second term equal to second term, and third term equal to third term. With all the 3 comparisons or more than that, you need to get the same answer. Let's do the same sum in an alternative way. So I'll write this as NP6 upon NP3 equal to 120 upon 1. So NP6 na, so this will be n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3, n minus 4, n minus 5, n minus 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry. The whole upon, there are NP6 na, so it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. NP3, where first term is n, second term is n minus 1, third term is n minus 2. NP3 means n minus 1, n minus 2. You can do it directly. NP6 na, n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3, n minus 4, n minus 5. Don't look at this minus 5. See how many terms you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So NP6 means there should be 6 terms. NP3 means there should be 3 terms. n minus 1, n minus 2. And that is equal to 120. Cancel n minus 1, cancel n minus 2. I think you get n minus 3, n minus 4, n minus 5. That is equal to 6 into 5 into 4. And then you can do like the previous sum. N minus 3 equal to 6 and n minus 4 equal to 5 and n minus 5 equal to 4. You can say that n minus 3 equal to 6 or n minus 4 equal to 5 or n minus 5 equal to 4. You get n equal to 9 or n equal to 9 or n equal to 9. Therefore the value of n will be equal to 9. You can follow this method while doing sums. Now I will start with given m plus n p2 equal to 56. So this is in the form of NPR. So what is the formula for NPR? NPR is n factorial upon n minus r factorial. So this will be m plus n factorial and this is m plus n minus 2 factorial, that is equal to 56. Now m plus n, we can write it as m plus n factorial, we can write it as m plus n m plus n minus 1, m plus n minus 2 factorial, the whole upon m plus n minus 2 factorial, that is equal to 56. Cancel n plus 1 minus 2 factorial from both sides. You get m plus n, you get m plus n minus 1, and 56 you break it up as 8 into 7. So m plus n equal to 8, that is comparing both sides, you have to write a note, or don't forget to write the note m plus n minus 1 equal to 7. So I think again you get m plus n equal to 8. So this way also you get m plus n equal to 8, this way also you get m plus n equal to 8, take it as equation number 1. Second is given m minus n p2 equal to 12. So this will be m minus n factorial upon m minus n minus 2 factorial equal to 2. This is in the form of NPR, n factorial, m minus n factorial upon n minus r factorial, meaning m minus n minus 2 factorial. So m minus n factorial, we can write it as m minus n minus 1, m minus n minus 2 factorial, the whole upon m minus n minus 2 factorial equal to 12. Cancel it. M minus n minus 1. 12 is a product of two numbers, 4 and 3, because you are having two numbers on the left. Automatically you need to have two numbers on the right. You get m minus n equal to 4 or m minus n minus 1 equal to 3. So you get m minus n equal to 4. I think both the cases you are getting m minus n equal to 4. This is also m minus n equal to 4. This is also m minus n equal to 4. So your basic target is to find the value of m and n. So what we can do is, we can solve 1 and 2 simultaneously. 1 is m plus n equal to 8. 2 is m plus n equal to, m minus n equal to 4. So if you add n cut, you get 2m equal to 12, m equal to 6. Then you substitute m equal to 6 in either 1 or 2. 1 if I take m plus n equal to 8, 6 plus n equal to 8, n equal to 2. Therefore, m equal to 6, n equal to 2. Let's start. Given 12p r minus 2, 11p r minus 1 equal to 3 is to 14. So you have 12p r minus 2, 11p r minus 1 equal to 3 by 14. We should remember a formula for NPR, which is nothing but n factorial upon n minus r factorial. So this will become 12 factorial, 12 minus, this entire thing is r minus 2 factorial, the whole upon 11pr n factorial, 11 minus r minus 1 factorial, which is equal to 13 by 14. So we get 12 factorial, open the bracket, you get 12 minus r plus 2 factorial, the whole upon 11 factorial, this is 11 minus r plus 1 factorial, which is equal to 3 by 14. So we get this as 12 factorial, 12 plus 2, you get 14 minus r factorial, 11 factorial, 12 minus r factorial equal to 3 by 14. So this becomes 12 factorial, 14 minus r factorial, ये ऊपर चला जाएगा, 12 minus r factorial upon 11 factorial, equal to 3 by 14. Now, tell me whether 12 minus r is big or 14 minus r is big. Suppose you take the value of r as 10. So I think this will become 2 and this will become 4. You take the value of r as say 2. If you take r as 2, I mean it is just an assumption. This will become 10 and this will become 12. Automatically 14 minus r is big. So you can say this is 12 factorial multiplied by 12 minus r factorial. You have to stretch 14. 14 minus r, 13 minus r, 12 minus r factorial multiplied by 11 factorial, that is equal to 3 by 14. So I think 12 minus r factorial, 12 minus r factorial is gone. You will have 12 factorial, 14 minus r, I'm sorry, 13 minus r into 11 factorial equal to 3 by 14. So 12 factorial is 12 into 11 factorial, 14 minus r, 13 minus r into 11 factorial equal to 3 by 14. Cancel 11 factorial from both sides. Cross multiply, you get 12 into 14 equal to 14 minus r, 13 minus r into 3. So 3 will go in 3 once, 3 will go in 12 4 times. That means you should get 56 equal to 14 minus r, 13 minus r. 56 is a combination of 8 and 7. 14 minus r, 13 minus r. So I can say that 14 minus r, 13 minus r equal to 8 into 7. You get 14 minus r equal to 8 or 13 minus r equal to 7. Minus r equal to 8 minus 14, which is minus 6. Minus r equal to 7 minus 13, which is minus 6. You have r equal to 6, or again you have r equal to 6. Therefore, r equal to 6. You have to just write here, comparing both sides. Let's start with LHS. N plus 1 into NPR. So this will be n plus 1. NPR is n factorial upon n minus r factorial. So we have n plus 1 into n factorial upon n minus r factorial. Basically n plus 1 into n is nothing but n plus 1 factorial upon n minus r factorial. I'll give an example. 8 factorial, can I say that is equal to 8 into 7 factorial? So if I ask you converse, what is 8 into 7 factorial? You should say it is 8 factorial. Suppose I ask you what is 9 factorial, you say it is 9 into 8 factorial. So converse, if I ask you what is 9 into 8 factorial, I think the answer is 9 factorial. So n plus 1 into n is n plus 1 factorial. See, suppose n is 10. So this is 11 into 10 factorial. 11 into 10 factorial is 11 factorial. Suppose n is say 7. So you get 7 plus 1, 8. 7 plus 1 is 8 into 7 factorial. 8 into 7 factorial is the bigger number factorial. So n plus 1 into n factorial will be n plus 1 factorial. Then let us go for RHS. N minus r plus 1 multiplied by n plus 1 PR. So we have n minus r plus 1. N plus 1 PR is n plus 1 factorial upon n plus 1 minus r factorial, because this is in the form of NPR, this is n factorial and n plus 1 factorial. upon n minus r factorial will be n plus 1 minus r factorial. So I get this as n minus r plus 1 multiplied by n plus 1 factorial upon, I will write this as n minus r plus 1 factorial, meaning n plus 1 minus r, I will write it as n minus r plus 1 factorial. So this is n minus r plus 1 multiplied by n plus 1 factorial. n minus r plus 1 को खोलो तो n minus r plus 1 को खोलेगा तो n minus r plus 1. नेक्स्ट में एक कम करना, एक कम करेगा तो 1 कम हो जाएगा तो it will become n minus r factorial. Cancel this and this, you get n plus 1 factorial the whole upon n minus r factorial. I think this is 1, this is 2. Then we can say that from 1 and 2 we get LHS equal to RHS. Given, what is the word given? Given the word Madhuri. Okay, so they have given you the word Madhuri and you have to form a word which is having 4 letters. Need not have any meaning at all. इसमें से कोई भी 4 लेटर निकालो, एक वर्ड बनाओ. जरूरी नहीं है कि वो कुछ मीनिंग बनेगा उसका. You have to just arrange at random. Okay, now so you have to form a 4-letter word. You have to form a 4-letter word from the letters of the word Madhuri. So when you are forming a 4-letter word, what you are doing is you are selecting the word and you are arranging. अरेंज करेगा तो वर्ड बनेगा. तुम 4 अल्फाबेट निकाला और उसको जेब में डालेगा तो कैसा वर्ड बनेगा? 4 अल्फाबेट निकालेगा. से यू पिक अप ए, यू पिक अप एच, यू पिक अप यू, यू पिक अप आई. फिर उस स्क्रैबल में कैसा रखता है? ए एच यू आई. तो दैट मींस यू हैव टू select it and then you have to arrange it. So this is coming under the category of permutation. Okay, first a 4-letter word to be formed repetition is allowed. So M A D H U R I. So okay. You want to form a 4-letter word. So how many alphabets do you have? M A D H U R I. That means canis you are having 7 letters. So here you got 7 options. Here you have got 7 options. Here you have got 7 options, and here you have got 7 options. Okay. Therefore, total number of words formed will be 7 into 7 into 7 into 7, that is equal to 2401 words. Now let's understand it once again. See, there are 2 ways of doing this sum. First is as per the previous exercises which you have done. You are having how many letters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. एक इधर के लिए कितना ऑप्शन रहेगा? 7 ऑप्शन रहेगा. Can you repeat the letters? Yes. तो consistently तुम्हारे पास 7 ऑप्शन रहेगा. Suppose तुमने इधर D डाल दिया, okay? वापस से तुम इधर D डाल सकते. That means even though you have put a D here, again if you can use a D, that means consistently you will be having 7 letters. So ये जगह भरने के लिए 7 ऑप्शन है, ये जगह भरने के लिए 7 ऑप्शन है, ये जगह भरने के लिए 7 ऑप्शन है, ये जगह भरने के लिए 7 ऑप्शन है. So the total number of ways is you would use the concept of multiplication theorem, fundamental principle of multiplication, 7 into 7 into 7 into 7. एक easy way है. Easy way क्या है? Repetition है ना, बराबर है. So I think I've given a note that if there are n things and if we have to arrange r things, and if the repetition is allowed, I think the number of arrangement is n to the power r. Check. I have given in the introduction of permutation. I think that should be the second. I think I had given in the first part where repetition is allowed. Turn the page and check, you will get it. So it's easy. Can I say that how many letters do we have? 7 letters. Pakka? How many letters do we have? 7 letters. And how many we have to form a word with how many letters? 4 letters. So that means the answer will be 7 raised to 4. Straight you can write. 7 raised to 4 is 7 into 7 into 7 into 7, that is equal to 2401. Please write the explanation from the solution which I have given. Okay. Next. Second. Repetition not allowed. So we have got the word Madhuri. Okay. Now to fill up the first place, you have got 7 options. सपोज तुमने इधर डी डाल दिया, अभी डी यूज नहीं कर सकते, तो डी चला जाएगा तो कितना अल्फाबेट बचेगा? 6. तो दिस प्लेस कैन बी अरेंज्ड इन 6 ways, this place can be arranged in 5 ways, this place can be arranged in 4 ways. Therefore total number of words formed is 7 into 6 into 5 into 4. 7 into 6 is 42, 42 into 20 is 840 words. So there is alternative way. Repetition नहीं है ना, तो straight कर सकते हैं. Ask yourself how many alphabets are there in the word Madhuri? 7 alphabets. You want to form a word with how many letters? You want to form a word with how many letters? 4 letters. So you can say that a 4-letter word can be formed in 7p4 ways. 7p4 ways is npr, n factorial, n minus r factorial, that is 7 factorial upon 3 factorial. This can be written as 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 factorial upon 3 factorial. Cut it. You get 7 into 6 into 5 into 4. वो इधर आया. 7 into 6 into 5 into 4. I think still the answer is 840. So whenever there is repetition allowed, ध्यान रखना, अपने आप को पूछो कि कितना चीज है. If there are n things and if you have to arrange r things and if repetition is allowed, the number of arrangement will be n to the power r. Okay, so you can write directly you can get the number of words formed will be 7 raised to 4 straight. Repetition not allowed. If repetition is not allowed, then there are 2 ways of doing the sum. So Madhuri, I think there are 7 letters. ये जगह पहला भरेगा तो 7 चॉइस है, ये जगह भरेगा तो 6 चॉइस रहेगा, बिकॉज रिपीटेशन अलाउड नहीं है. तो हर एक टाइम एक वर्ड कम हो, एक नंबर कम होते जाएगा. इधर 5 आएगा, इधर 4 आएगा. टोटल नंबर ऑफ वर्ड्स फॉर्म्ड है 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 स्ट्रेट. दूसरा ऑप्शन क्या है? सिंपल पूछने का, रिपीटेशन नॉट अलाउड है. हाँ, फिर पूछने का मेरे पास कितना चीज है. आई एम हैविंग n थिंग्स. That means I am having 7 things. I want to arrange how many things? If I am having n things, I will be arranging r things. If I am having 7 things, I think I want to arrange 4 things because I need a 4-letter word. So a 4-letter word, if you have to find from 7, n will be 7 and r will be 4. The answer will be 7p4. फिर से, how many things do I have? I am having n things. How many things do I arrange? R things. No repetition. Arrangement can be done in NPR ways. Got it? Come back to this sum. How many letters do I have? 7. How many letters do I have to arrange? 4. So that means arrangement can be done in 7p4 ways. This way you can do, this way you can do. I think this is better. Okay, और इसका एक 7p4 रहेगा ना, इसको डायरेक्ट कर सकते हैं. 7p4 है ना, तो 7 से चालू करना और 4 नंबर लिखना. 7p4 है ना, you can directly write 7 into 6 into 5 into 4. You need not even use this formula. 7p4 है ना, p4 तो 7 6 5 4. अगर ये 7p3 रहता था, सपोज तो 7 6 5 तीन नंबर, 10p2 रहता था तो नीचे 2 है ना, तो 10 into 9, जितना p के पास जो नंबर रहेगा उतना नंबर तुम्हारा मल्टीप्लाई होगा. सपोज आई आस्क यू व्हाट इज 5p2, 5p2, so the answer will be 5 into 4. You need not use the formula of NP, you can do it directly. If in MCQ's problems, you can definitely use this. Suppose I ask you what is 10p2, तो क्या लिखेगा 10 into 9, खत्म 90. ओके, अगर फॉर्मूले से सॉल्व करेगा तो n फैक्टोरियल n minus r फैक्टोरियल 10 factorial 8 factorial, 10 factorial is 10 into 9 into 8 factorial upon 8 factorial, cut it, the answer is 90. ऐसा भी 90 आ रहा है, ऐसा भी 90 आ रहा है, you can take a call as per your convenience. Solution: given numbers 1 2 4 5 6 8. Okay, a 4-digit number is to be formed. A 4-digit number is to be formed. First case is digits can be repeated. Digits can be repeated. Okay. Repeat होएगा ना. If there are n things, you have to arrange r things, and if repetition is allowed, the arrangement can be done in n raised to r ways. अगर तुम्हारे पास n things है, and you have to arrange r things, and if repetition is allowed, the arrangement can be done in n raised to r ways. Now tell me, how many things do you have here? How many things do you have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So numbers are 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 and 8. I'm sorry. It is 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8. Therefore n will be 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 6. And r equal to, you want to form how many digit number? 4-digit number. Barabar? Now, you have to repeat the numbers. So the total numbers formed will be 6 into 6 into 6 into 6. That is equal to 6 raised to 4. Now 6 raised to 4 is nothing but 1296. Okay. You have to write the notes, refer to my solution which I have given. Okay. Second, digits not repeated. Barabar. N equal to how much? 6. R equal to how much? 4. Therefore, total numbers formed will be 6p4. Simple. 6 नंबर है, 4 नंबर चाहिए अपने को. That means it will be 6p4. Now, how do you analyze it? This is permutation. I am giving you 6 numbers, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8. बराबर. I want to form a 4-digit number. 4-digit number form करने के लिए first I have to select 4 numbers and then I have to arrange it. Means एक number thousands में जाएगा, एक hundreds में जाएगा, एक units में जाएगा और एक tens में जाएगा, तो ये 4-digit number बने. अगर मैं 4 digit select करके उसको फाड़ के फेंक दिया या उसको ignore कर दे, लिखा ही नहीं, तो how will I form a number? First you select a number and then you arrange the numbers. So the numbers arrange करेगा तो numbers are always written horizontally. That is why this is called as a linear permutation. Linear permutation means everything will be in a straight line. Now, suppose you have to arrange boys and girls on a chair like this. So if you're arranging them in a chair like this, no, you're not sitting in a triangular form or in a hexagonal form or in a circular form. You're sitting in a line. So when kids are sitting in a line for a photograph, in school there must be a photograph session at the end of every year. How do you sit? Random, or you sit in a bench in a systematic order. So when you're sitting, I think you're sitting in a row. That means you're sitting in a line. When you're sitting in a line, the arrangement is called as linear permutation. So how many things you have? 6. How many things you want to arrange? 4. Any repetition? Any condition? No. It should be a 4-digit number. Numbers are not repeated, so you can write it as 6p4. अभी नीचे 4 है ना, तो उसका शॉर्टकट क्या रहेगा? 6 into 5 into 4 into 3. Because p4 है ना, तो 4 नंबर आएगा. तो I think this is 6 into 5 30. 30 into 4 is 120. 120 into 3 is, you can form 360 numbers. And then 360 numbers can be formed. Like 1, 2, 4, 5, 1, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 6, 8, 1, 2, 5, 6, 1, 4, 5, 6, 1, 8, 6, 5, 1, 8, 2, 4, right? 1, 2, 5, 8. ऐसा करके तुम लिखते जाएगा तो in all you can find 360 numbers like this. See, a code word is to be formed by using 2 distinct English letters. 2 distinct English letters means alphabets को repeat मत करो, and followed by 2 non-zero distinct digits. यानी digits भी repeat नहीं होना चाहिए, ना alphabet repeat होना चाहिए, ना number repeat होना चाहिए. You have to find the number of code words that you can form. So it is an alphanumeric code. Okay. So total number of codes. I hope you know it is alphanumeric. तो इधर अल्फाबेट आएगा और इधर नंबर आएगा. Two distinct English letters followed by 2 non-zero digits. 2 non-zero digits means digits में zero नहीं आना चाहिए. तो alphabet में I think you are having 26 letters and the numbers is non-zero ना, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So अभी अपने को alphabet भरने का इधर. Can you tell me how many alphabets do you have in English letters? 26. How many places you want to fill up? 2. Therefore, alphabets can be arranged in 26 P2 ways. How many numbers do you have? 9. 9 number है और अपने को 2 जगह भरने के. Therefore, the numbers can be arranged in 9 P2 ways. Therefore, the answer is 26 P2 into 9 P2. This is 26 into 25. And this is 9 into 8. I think the answer is around 46,800. 5 letters and it has to be posted in 3 boxes. If you have to post 5 letters in 3 boxes, obviously there will be letters which will be going in repeated boxes. I'll tell you how. See, suppose you know the letters are L1, L2, L3, L4, L5. And the boxes are B1, B2 and B3. So first letter will go in B1, second letter will go to B2, third letter will go to B3. बराबर है. What about the fourth and the fifth? So the fourth letter can go to B1 or it can go to B2 or it can go to B3. So repetition होता है. Fifth letter can be, see, L1 go, let us assume you put L1 in the first box, L2 in the second box, L3 in the third box. That means you are left with L4 and L5. L4 और L5 को चॉइस क्या है? चॉइस नहीं है. तो L4 या तो B1 में जाएगा या L4 को B2 में डालेगा या L4 को थर्ड बॉक्स में डालेगा. Similarly, L5 you can put it in the first box, L5 you can put it in the second box, L5 you can put it in the third box. So what happens is indirectly repetition is allowed, and this is also given here. Any number of letters can be posted in a box. That itself means that there is repetition. So, given 5 letters and how many boxes? 3 boxes. Therefore, the letters can be posted in 5 into 5 into 5 into 5 into 5. 5 5s are 25, 25, 125, 625. I think the answer is 3125 is. Now you must be wondering how I wrote 5. See, letter 1 you each letter can be posted in 3 ways. Therefore, total number of ways in which five letters can be posted is 3 into 3 into 3 into 3, which is 3 raised to 5, and that is 243 ways. Now you must be wondering how I got this 3 ways. देखो L1, देखो कौन सा भी बॉक्स में कौन सा भी लेटर डाल सकते हैं. तो L1 you can put it in the first box, L1 you can put it in the second box, L1 you can put it in the third box. So L1 can be posted in how many ways? L1 with B1, L1 B2, L1 B3. Once again, L1 will go to the first box, or L1 you can put it in the second box, or the first letter you can put it in the third box. Go to L2. L2 you can put it in the first box, L2 you can put it in the second box, L2 you can put it in the third box. So each letter has got 3 options. Because they have given that ऐसा नहीं कि एक लेटर एक ही बॉक्स में जाना चाहिए, एक बॉक्स में कितना भी लेटर डाल सकते हैं. So repetition is there. So if one letter can be posted in 3 ways, 5 letters can be posted in 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3. That is 3 raised to 5. Ultimately, that is 243 ways. Find the number of arranging 11 distinct objects taken 4 at a time, so that a specified object number 1 always occurs, number 2 never occurs. So there are 11 objects and you have to arrange 4 objects. So I think initially I had given a note in the introduction that the number of permutation of n distinct objects taken r at a time, when one specified object will always occur, is r n minus 1 p r minus 1. Please refer to the formula. Can I say that n equal to 11 and we have to arrange 4 things, r equal to 4. Therefore, the answer will be 4, 11 minus 1, p r minus 1. So r minus 1 means I can write it as 4 minus 1. 4 multiplied by 10p4, that is 4. 10p4 means 10, 9, 8, 7. So you have to multiply all this. If you multiply all this, the answer is 2880 ways. This is n minus 1 PR, n equal to 11, r equal to 4. That means we get 11 minus 1 P4. We get 10 P4. That is equal to 5040 ways.